Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. So you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Spidi X-Zero R boots, available at RevZilla.com. Top of the tech food chain from Spidi. This is the new X-Zero R. When I say top of the tech food chain, I mean for short height boots. There's a bunch of short height riding shoes in the Spidi line, and around the $200 mark, this is the most technical in the X-Zero R. And I will tell you that when I stack this against some of the competitors that do come from Italy, you're gonna spend another 50 to 80 bucks on some of their top end technical boots in the short height version. So where I arrive is I think it's a good looking boot. I think there's a lot of feature, bang for the buck, and tech in this boot. And again, you're coming in right around the $200 mark, so I don't have a lot of complaints here. But I do have a couple nitpicks. I'm gonna get to them in a second. If we look at it, 3 colors available: Cowie green accent, you've got your white accent, and there's going to be a murdered out black version, which I don't have to show you today. And if we look at the main construction, it's a vegan boot. That's what Buzzsaw says, at least. He's always worried about those animal byproducts. But that means that it's all tech, it's all poly, it's all going to be Lorica and synthetic leathers. So again, you're getting the lack of imperfections and consistency for a sport riding aggressive boot with a lot of technicality and support in a short height, and you're getting them done really with that tech forward approach. So when it comes to fitment, keep in mind, this is going to be a short height. That VR6 is going to be taller and go up around the calf, but you have to keep in mind when you're looking at sizing your new X-Zero Rs, it fits a whole size big. Absolutely. If you say, hey, I'm a Euro 43 and you buy a Euro 43 of this, it's going to be too big for you. You need to look at the size chart, match it up with your US shoe sizing, and then go down a full size. That is our professional opinion. That is what we've found. If you do not listen to me, you're going to end up sending a return back for an exchange. So keep that in mind. Does it make me sad? No. Does it mean that hopefully in the future you'll get it right? Probably. It just means you have to do a little bit of thought when you're sizing it up to make sure you get it right that first time and save yourself the $6.95 in UPS cost of getting that box back to us and letting us swap it out for you. Now, I'd love it if you would click right there and leave me your comments, your questions, and your feedback on the new X-Zero R after you subscribe to us at our YouTube channel. That goes without saying. Diving into the nuance of the boot, we talked about the Lorica, we talked about the accents here, we talked about the fact that it's technical and aggressive. What does that really mean? It means they steal a lot of the race-oriented features off of a race boot. So you're going to have a lateral PU toe slider, which is replaceable. You have the Warrior Air material laterally in between your heel cockpit as well as your toe. This is going to be that Warrior material from Spidi. They do a PU version and do a TPR version. This is the TPR. It's a little bit more flexible. It's rubberized, again, giving you an extra layer of durability. And notice it's dually stitched. Going back into my heel and my ankle, lots of protection on the lateral side here. So you have this dually painted slider. Notice it's reset stitch on the outside that's going to help you slide. And then if you move into your heel, you notice it's vented. It's the same heel that you're going to see on the VR6. Nice big heel counter in the back, dually stitched, recessed here, pulling it together, very, very stiff. They did a nice job from this. And that, while I have it backwards pointed at you, you're going to see these 2 pops of reflective. That is one of my nitpicks here, if I really had to. Wish there was a little reflective on the outside here. I would love to see a lateral side reflectivity to give you an extra pop of safety. And then they should do a perf version, because in the summertime, for the hardcore sport rider here in the States, that would actually, in my opinion, do really, really well. If we look at the top, you're going to notice recessed stitch around a nice big TPR that's going to interface with your shift panel. Again, they did it symmetrically, but you really need it on the left side. Mesh going up the tongue, which is going to breathe. And then it's micrometric, which I actually like here. It's low profile micrometric. And the nice part about that is you can get it off with one finger. So not worrying about laces, nothing's going to get involved with your controls on your bike, and boom, pop it right open and you're done. Now, if we move to the inside of the boot, this is your entry and your exit point. I would like to see them beef up the medial side protection. So I open it up, notice it's back, it's going to open up, revealing your mesh interior that's going to wick sweat away. Again, summertime riding boot, should vent really, really well, but I would love it. Other manufacturers have done this where they give you that floating malleolus protector, at least on the inside, which is a coated piece of TPU that goes against the inside of your ankle, that Fred Flintstone bone. Again, that's where people tend to get themselves into trouble when they have an off and they get hurt. Now, if I zip it back up and I rotate it to the bottom, this is the sport and race style sole from Spidi, right off that VR6, and you're going to notice it's vulcanized, it's rounded, it's non-slip. It gives you a nice ability to be technical, and it's got that nice notch here at the heel to rest with your foot pegs, depending on if you're resting, if you're riding. I typically ride on the balls of my feet. And the other thing I'm going to call out is that while they beefed it up, they still gave you enough flex for on the bike, off the bike. I'm still going to call it a 7.5. So if you're walking around in it all day, you're going to feel the stiffness of this boot. But again, it's not going to be so overly stiff like a hardcore race boot. You do have that feel, that flexibility that's baked in. Remember, 3 colors available. We're fans on what they went for it, and I think bang for the buck wise around that $200 mark, they did an excellent job. The next step in your journey is not to take my word for it. It's to click right here and read what other riders who have bought the X-Zero R are saying about it at RevZilla.com. As always, we're going to ship for free over 39 bucks. And if you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown of the new Spidi X-Zero. Subscribe to me on YouTube, damn it. I'll make you smarter. You'll learn things. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.